Euphoria. I don't know. Opening with Euphoria never seems like a bad idea.
Never.
I don't know.
Welcome.
Welcome.
As long as Petromedo comes on right after and be like, welcome.
Literally.
Like, we need Petromedo on the podcast, actually. Let's make it happen.
Go for it, Lewis. Welcome to a special edition of The Cup, the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where we put the tea in reality usually. But you can always come to us first to quench your thirst. I'm Logan Murphy. Say something gay. Gay, we're drinking crack tea. What else is new?
Lovely. My name is Aneesa Long, also known as Sam JB, also known as Sam Zamontavrede, your fellow-friendly 5'3", trans, non-binary, Filipino-Canadian, mentally unstable, hot mess, hailing all the way from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Scarborough if you want to be specific, Holborn if you want to be more specific than that. And today I actually have some bottled boba. From Machi Machi, we got a matcha panna cotta tea.
Party.
And just like Monica Liu, I also am an Aquarius.
Is it my turn?
Yes.
Hi. Hi, I'm Lewis. I live in Manchester. This is a brand called Prime, which is a hydration drink by the creators KSI and someone else. And it's literally just got water in it because I already drank it all, but I wanted to fill up the bottle again, so I'm drinking water.
Hydration.
Great.
Exactly.
Yesterday we got a running order.
We did.
So we're going to talk about it. Not at all, I think, what any of us expected.
Oh no,
very different. Very it felt like the EBU was reading through all the comments and said, actually, let's avoid doing that because they think it's going to be that.
Literally.
And it was not that at all.
Yeah, so we have the running order for both semifinal 1 and semifinal 2. We're going to talk about them here in one video because making 2 videos out of it is a lot of work. So with that being said, let's just talk about it. So semifinal 1, we are opening with Norway, Alessandra, Queen of Kings, followed by Malta, the busker, Dance Our Own Party, Serbia, Samo Mrs. Bava, in 3rd, Latvia's Sudden Lights with Aya in 4th, Portugal's Mimicat with Ai Coração in 5th, Ireland's Disaster in 6th, Croatia's Disaster in 7th, and then opening the second half will be Switzerland, Remo Forer's Water Gun, followed by Noah Carell with Unicorn for Israel, Soirée de Luna for Moldova from Pasha Parfeni. In the 11th spot is Loreen with Tattoo, followed by Tural Turanex from Azerbaijan with Tell Me More. Czechia, My Sister's Crown from Vesna, coming in 13th. The penultimate act of the night being Mia Nicolai and Dion Cooper for the Netherlands with Burning Daylight. And closing semifinal 1 will be Kadia Cha 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 from Finland. I'm also very impressed that I said all of those without checking if I was right or not. So I'm that one. At the time that we're filming this, our reaction to the first half of semifinal 1 has not dropped. That'll be dropping tomorrow at the time that we're posting this video.
Right.
So we'll hear all of our thoughts tomorrow when we post that.
At that point in time, we didn't know what the running order would be. So just if you're going to watch that after this or before that or whatever, just be fully prepared for us to think we know what's going to happen when actually we had no idea.
Aneesa did accurately predict Alessandra opening.
Yeah, no, I actually didn't think I'd get that right. I was like, after we recorded that, I ended up like looking at my tweets and I saw like, oh, everyone's saying Malta.
I really thought it was going to be Malta.
But then I'm like, well, Norway would probably be a better opener than Malta would.
Yeah.
Realistically thinking, and
I mean, I guess it's a great way to get people engaged from the jump.
Yeah, it's almost kind of like similar to like how 2022 started last year with Secret.
Don't remind me of the sadness that occurred on my birthday last year, Aneesa.
It's just that same energy, except for sure Norway's qualifying. Yeah. I don't see a universe where Norway's not.
Well, I was gonna say I was under the impression that the opener of semifinal 1, like there was like a curse or something like that. In the last 6 Eurovisions, I think it's 6 or 7, the opener of semifinal 1 has qualified every time except for Ronella Hayati.
Oh wow!
So I was like, oh no, Alessandra's screwed. But I don't think that's the case. I think she's going to easily qualify. I'm really worried now for the busker.
I am.
That's second.
I think, yeah, especially given like our thoughts on it. Mm-hmm. For me, it was like a question mark for me, whether in regards to their qualification status, if you will. Them being second, I think diminishes that. But I still root for them nonetheless.
Same.
If you want to talk about people who are royally screwed,
Netherlands?
No.
I mean, I don't know if there was a case that they'd qualify anyway, but Azerbaijan might as well just nail in the coffin. Yeah, they might as well just call it a holiday by this point.
Whoever was coming after Loreen, it was gonna struggle. I will say I feel a lot better about Pasha's chances as well. Because, people are going to tune in for Loreen. And, they might happen to turn on their TV a little bit early and see Pasha happen. So,
right.
I feel better about that. I also feel a lot better about Switzerland.
Yeah.
If they do the break after Croatia, opening with Water Gun, I think is going to be really, really good for them. If they don't and they put the break elsewhere, I think Switzerland will be very, very benefited by coming right after the chaos that will be Croatia staging, because we know it's going to be chaos.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
But also, we haven't seen Switzerland staging yet, so
we haven't seen Switzerland staging. But honestly, following both Croatia and Ireland, I'd be fine with that. So
yeah.
Mm-hmm. I also think Portugal's in a really good spot.
I'm very happy with where Portugal landed here. I also will say I don't mind Latvia's placement either.
Yeah.
I think Serbia into Latvia into Portugal is a really nice trio of songs.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of run the whole gamut. Like, you're gonna get this like dark synth into this like more melodic lullaby-esque song from Latvia into just the high energy performance that we know Mimikata is gonna give. I will say I am a little nervous for Netherlands. I don't think I think being second to last is not great.
Especially, I think you're going to say it, Logan, but especially knowing that you're going right before Cario.
And you're going right after Czechia, who are going to give a very powerful, probably emotional performance, just based on, the message of the song, the composition of the group itself. I think it's an interesting spot for Mia and Dion to be in.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm a little worried. I still think they qualify. Because I think at this point we can kind of rule out 4 countries for qualifying, in my opinion.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think I can say 4 as well.
I would say maybe 3. I would say 3,
3 for
probably
sure.
4. Because I think Malta's done for, unfortunately. Ireland's not going to qualify with that disaster. I think Azerbaijan is done for. And I think the one that I just don't know how it's going to go is Croatia.
Yeah.
That's the thing, yeah. There's a lot more hype for it than I anticipated. Yeah.
Mhm.
I think it's interesting. I don't think Israel or Moldova are in a horrible spot. I am surprised to see Loreen in the first half of the second half of the first semifinal.
Right.
I thought she would have landed somewhere around like either closing the show or like 12 or 13, or I think that she could have been maybe 8th or 9th.
Right.
It feels a little awkward.
For sure.
I don't think there was any way that the EBU would realistically put her on last without some sort of backlash.
Yeah. I mean, as well, if you look at the composition of the second half, the only real upbeat songs are Israel and Finland.
Azerbaijan?
I wouldn't call that upbeat.
Really?
It's
I
more
would call that more mellow, and I would say the same thing about Moldova.
Okay.
Sure. I mean, Moldova.
We're talking about tempo, then yeah.
Yeah. I would say like bangers, the only 2 in the second half are Israel and Finland. And
Right.
I'm not saying that as a negative thing, because I really like Moldova. You'll hear our thoughts very soon on that. But whereas in the first half you have a banger from Portugal, you have a banger from Norway, and you have a banger from Serbia, and they're going 1st, 3rd, 5th.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm intrigued.
I'm very intrigued.
I don't know if I could call, because for me personally, I don't think Croatia is going to qualify. I still do really think it is a toss-up. And just don't be surprised if you're not a Croatia fan like we are. All 3 of us are not, the biggest fan of Croatia. If you aren't a Croatia fan, just don't be surprised when they do qualify.
I feel like, sorry, not to step on your toes.
Go ahead, honey.
But the amount of uproar that Croatia's entry has kind of caused, I feel like does play a huge advantage in kind of their, I want to say,
I think this is
qualification status.
This is what they wanted. They wanted, I mean, they've got people talking about them, and I think it's established in the song itself that they want people talking about it, because that's what it's all about.
Yeah, and that's their usual thing too, like you've mentioned before, or that you'll hear very soon.
I just don't think it's as much of an earworm as other people alluded to be. Anyway,
I don't know if it's more so like musically for that, like if it qualifies because like it's a good song, or if it qualifies because it's a memorable performance that has a lot of shock value.
Yeah,
probably, yeah.
Because I can't even think of like the last time that there was an entry like on this level of just chaos.
I want to. This
chaos.
Part of me, honestly, and I think Give That Wolf a Banana is better than this.
It is,
but that's the kind of like energy that I'm thinking about.
My mind kind of goes to Dancing Lasha Tumbai.
Okay, yeah.
Hatchet Munsinger.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
Except not as political as Croatia.
And I will say, I don't support these people whatsoever, and I'm happy that this country no longer competes, but I would say Little Big, Uno.
Right.
Like, that's the kind of level of, like, crazy chaos weirdness we're getting with this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm intrigued. We all thought this was going to be the easy semifinal, and then all the songs came out, and we're like, oh, wait, guess what? It's the semifinal of death again.
Right.
I think the other semifinal is not nearly as disparate as it was last year.
Right.
I think there's a lot more question marks in semifinal 2, and we'll talk about that shortly.
Absolutely.
But,
Cute, yeah.
yeah. Do we have any other thoughts on semi 1?
Thanks for coming to Outer X.
You'll hear our thoughts on Azerbaijan when that video drops next Friday. So
I think we're going to be... Yeah, we're going to have very different opinions.
I think we are.
I think also people, I remember seeing a tweet about like where Azerbaijan is, because it's around so many. You got Moldova, Sweden, Czechia, Netherlands, and Finland. I guess you can say Israel and Switzerland too, because they're all such strong entries, and you got Azerbaijan.
Every entry in this semifinal is strong except for Azerbaijan.
Azerbaijan just doesn't hold up.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's an unfortunate draw.
Mm-hmm.
But let's talk about semifinal 2. We are opening the show. I'm gonna say I'm honestly surprised. We are opening the show with Riley, Breaking My Heart from Denmark. In the second spot is Brunette from Armenia.
That, yeah.
Kind of gagged, kind of crazy. Followed by Theodore Andre Digite from Romania. In the fourth spot is Alika from Estonia with Bridges, followed by Daddy Gustav from Belgium.
Daddy in a Hat.
Daddy in a Hat Gustav from Belgium because of You. Cyprus in the sixth spot, Andrew Lambrow with Break a Broken Heart, followed by Power by Delia from Iceland. And closing the first half of the semi is Victor Vernikos, What They Say from Greece. We start the second half with Poland, and then followed by Slovenia, Joker Out, Carpe Diem, followed by Idu with Echo from Georgia, San Marino's Peaked Jacks with Like an Animal in the 12th spot, Taya and Selena, Who the Hell is Edgar in the 13th spot for Austria, followed by Albania, Albina and Familia Kalmendi with Duye. In the penultimate spot is Monica Linkaita with Stay from Lithuania. And closing the show, I'm going to say I'm also kind of surprised by this, Voyager with Promise from Australia.
Yeah. Okay, so I kind of see it for Australia. Like, I get it. It's just not my first choice.
I honestly thought they were going to close with Poland.
That would be a very interesting closer.
I thought maybe they would, or I thought it would be Who the Hell is Edgar?
I feel, depending on the staging, I feel like Who the Hell is Edgar would be a great closer.
I'm very confused by Austria's running order placement. I'm going to be honest. I'm happy with where they are because they're flanked by a rock song and a ballad. So I think they are really going to stand out.
Yeah.
I just thought they would either open or close this half of the semi.
Mm-hmm.
Who I am worried about. I'm worried about two countries specifically. I'm worried about Armenia.
Yes.
And I'm worried about Lithuania.
I'm also, yeah.
I'm very worried for Monica.
I'm not worried for Armenia, to be honest.
Okay.
I think she's sandwiched between two, at least in a public opinion, two songs that are not very
Yeah.
strong, shall we say? So I think if we're placed in, if I think I'd be happy to be sandwiched. I love Riley, but I'm worried for him. And yeah, if I was brunette, I'd be happy with that, to be honest. But that's just me.
I'm just worried because it's the number 2 spot. That's where I'm worried.
Oh, just based on
placement.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about who's around her. I'm worried about
just based
running.
on historic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm worried about the first 4. Honestly,
I suppose if Riley doesn't do the best job or does like an app like flops basically, then I feel like that could be like a good chance for Armenia.
Because from what I've heard snippets of Brunette sing other songs, and she has a very nice live vocal. So yeah, I'm worried for Armenia based solely on historical running order. I'm not worried about her when it comes to being sandwiched between 2 twinks from different countries.
Right.
I thought they would open. I honestly thought they would open with Belgium.
It would be a solid opener.
That would have been.
I think if he qualifies, I think they open the final with Belgium. I really do.
Right.
Yeah.
And at this point, I do think Belgium will qualify. I don't think it will be. I think it will be close. But I think Gustav stands out very well now in the semifinal. And I remember after Eurosong happened, people were a little concerned about like, oh, Belgium's not going to stand up compared to some of these other countries. And I would say the only song that really is in the same vein as Belgium is Austria.
In a way,
I guess.
In a way.
Like they're on the same planet for me.
Yeah.
And like in the same universe as like Denmark and Poland.
Sure.
Like that's kind of where I'm sitting. I do think Gustav is in a great position.
He's not in a bad position at all.
I mean, sandwiched between 2 ballads, right?
Yes.
Well,
yeah.
Cyprus is kind of a ballad.
It's valid. I'd say it's valid.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, it is considered one of the 3 male ballads of the year, along with Greece and
Switzerland.
I'm surprised they didn't do Cyprus and Greece back to back.
No, and Italy.
I always forget about Marco.
Although obviously Italy's not performing in the semifinals.
Oh my god, I'm sorry, Marco. 4. There are 4 male ballads in this year's Eurovision contest. Thank you.
If we want to separate it, Italy's is in Italian and the rest are in English. So Italy's is more interesting.
Yeah, there you go. That is true.
Who else do I love where Slovenia is?
Slovenia's
because we all know Blanca's gonna have a horrible performance because we all heard her live, and I don't think she has enough time to improve her vocals by any serious amount. So, I also think Georgia is in a really nice spot.
Yeah.
I've
heard, although the thing is, I've heard like mixed reviews on Georgia. I don't know.
I'm interested.
All I've heard about Georgia is it's not complete English. That's all I've heard about Georgia. Is that I haven't really delved into it that much. Just I've heard about the lyrics being like.
I'm pretty sure it's all in English. She just has a singing style where it doesn't sound like it.
Right.
Hold on. I'm kind of curious now. Let me look.
Something about it being illiterate or something. I don't know.
Well, it's not the most. You can't really understand a whole lot of it. Let's be honest here.
Right.
No, I mean the whole lyric. All of the lyrics are in
English.
In English. I think the difficulty with Georgia is I would not be surprised if the song was written in Georgian and translated.
Then translated.
Like that, and we'll talk about it when we talk about this when in our second to last video of coverage, before like week of and everything like that. I think that's the difficulty, because if you listen to her performances from The Voice of Georgia, her diction when singing is actually really, really good. I find it really funny too that she won, and the song that she sang in the final to win The Voice of Georgia was Euphoria, and now she's competing against Loreen. Like, I
It's
really,
Loreen.
yeah, the
That's
two
true.
songs, the last two songs I believe she did in The Voice of Georgia were Loreen in the final, and then in the semifinal she did Rise Like a Phoenix, and both of them are really good performances if you haven't heard them. I will dive more into my thoughts on Georgia when we get there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to be honest, I'm confused by the song.
Right.
It's interesting. Um,
I think we've already alluded to this, but Austria is got an incredible draw out of this.
I think Austria has the best position of anyone across both semis.
I think so.
Honestly,
I think so too.
they're going to capitalize on the fact that afterwards it's a ballad, like, and it's not just a ballad; it's the bombastic ballad of the year, like.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, there's like so many. There's a lot of. I feel like half of these are like question marks.
I think Lithuania's got a bit of a harsh draw because it's in the same vein as the song before it, in that it's ballady, not too dissimilar, but also
Yes.
Yeah, I think Monica's gonna struggle, unfortunately. I'm hoping that her voice, and I hope they do a little bit more in the staging than they did in Papadum. I hope that I hate to say this because I never want this to be the reason why someone qualifies, but I honestly hope her name recognition will help her qualify.
Right.
Because she is the only returning artist in this semifinal.
That is true.
Whereas in semi one, you have Pasha and Loreen back to back,
right,
competing at the same Eurovision again, back to back. We didn't even talk about
Eurovision.
that. They're in the running order back to back, and they competed at the same Eurovision prior. That's kind of wild.
That's crazy.
Could you imagine where did Pasha place in 2012?
11th.
Could you imagine if Pasha won and Loreen placed the same place where Pasha placed?
Yeah, Pasha placed 11th, I believe.
11th. Oh, Loreen's not placing 11th.
There's no chance.
There's no way.
Loreen's placing top 5. It's just where in the top 5.
Yeah.
Like, who have we not really? Iceland. I think Delia's got a decent spot, in my opinion.
Literally right between the two
male ballads.
I was going to say, I think that, well, not only that, but I think the Greek and Cypriot audiences are going to tune in for both of those performances. And you've got, I think it could go either way. I think people will be like, oh, maybe I'll stick around for Iceland's performance because it's in between. Or, hey, maybe this is my bathroom break and we'll come back and Greece is there.
This is also another reason why I'm glad that there's no jury at this point anymore.
Yeah.
Because even though their televoters are probably still going to vote for each other.
I mean, both of them are going to qualify, and then we're going to hear 12 points to Greece, 12 points to Cyprus, and we're all just going to have to get over it and boo it collectively and just acknowledge that it happened.
Right.
Like, we all know that's going to happen.
But at least there's a decreased chance of them rigging.
It is interesting that both countries are sending men with very similar songs, I would say.
Exactly. That's true.
Like, I don't know. It's going to be really interesting. Yeah, I think overall, Austria is in the best position here, and I think Monica Linkaita is in the worst.
Exactly. Yeah.
Position.
I feel like. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead, Liz.
I feel like based on running in combination of running order and kind of overall hype these songs have been getting, I feel like really the only qualifiers I could pretty much guarantee are Austria, possibly Slovenia, and I think that's really it.
I would say Australia.
I'm gonna put my money on Armenia
I
qualifying.
I feel like Armenia might like do enough.
I genuinely could see any of these songs qualifying or not qualifying. I think every single song in this
San
semi has a
Marino?
shot to qualify.
No?
San
I
Marino?
honestly do. I think we haven't heard their revamp at this point, but I think if I don't remember the lead singer's name. I think his real name is Andrea, but I don't remember his like stage name. But I think if he comes out with a lot of charisma, San Marino puts money into their staging. We've seen it the last like 2 years specifically.
Yeah.
I think I don't know. The running order is difficult for San Marino, but I do think if the revamp is really good, we know his live vocal is good. We've heard his live vocal, and it's phenomenal. I would say, honestly,
I mean, it was a bit pitchy on that scream, but it was a bit pitchy towards the end. But
sure, but he held most of it.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which you can't say for a lot of these people,
No.
honestly. I don't know. If the revamp is good, if the staging is good, I think there is a universe where San Marino could qualify.
Yeah.
I think there's a universe where Poland could qualify.
Oh yeah. Forgot about
I think there's a universe Romania qualifies. I
I
really
love how
do.
I knew you were gonna mention them. I was like, that's definitely
We'll
gonna
talk
be
about
in
that
the
song when we
conversation.
cover it. It's not
Yeah.
my least favorite anymore.
No.
I don't know. I genuinely I think every song not necessarily has a 50-50 shot, but I think every song has a shot to not qualify.
Yeah.
Whereas like in semi 1, there are some where I'm like, okay, yeah, Sweden's qualifying, Finland's qualifying. A couple other people are like guaranteed to qualify. Like those are not surprising to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, do we have any other thoughts on semi 2?
No. Just like I said, Austria. I think they should be thanking Austria. Should be thanking the Eurovision gods right now. Not that they didn't like really need it, because I think they've got a solid chance either way. Just I think that the odds are even better now because of their placement.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's that. A short video, all things considered, for us. But
I love a good short video.
We love a short video. So y'all will be seeing this if you're watching it at the time that we drop it. This is going to be right before our first semifinal coverage video is dropping. So we are breaking the semifinals down into halves. So we've got 4 videos prior to Eurovision, talking specifically about the songs. We are planning to do a jury and televote simulator to find out the cup winner.
Are we doing a national selection non-qualifier?
I forgot about that concept, but yes, I do want to do that video.
I do want to do that.
So that's that. So we will be doing a favorite non-qualifier video as well. So we've got our semifinal coverage will be dropping every Friday for the next 4 weeks. With our televote or our jury televote simulator happening at some point.
I'm getting.
I know you're excited.
Yeah,
I hope you both are very excited about seeing Eurovision.
I feel very horrible, Logan. You're the one that chose DragCon.
I'm sorry, I didn't want to pay $2,000 to fly to the UK and back. No, that was not shade at you. That's how much my plane tickets are now too.
Oh no, actually, I only paid for that.
I know what you thought I meant. No, that's not what I meant at all.
No.
But that's not on that. Thank you for joining us. Make sure to subscribe and hit the bell for all of our Eurovision content and our other reality content. If you're into international drag race, American drag race, reality shows from around the world, we do a lot of that here. So subscribe, do all the things, do the things with the things and the other things. Yeah. Bye.
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 Booty, 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 booty,
Wow.
booty, so fat.
It's not baby.
No, I was gonna do
Baby, 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 baby,